What's up, you guys? I've just come back from the Furiosa press screening and I was absolutely blown out of the park with this one. I didn't expect it to be as good. I thought it would be great because George Miller's great and so was Mad Max, and I really enjoyed Mad Max too, but this one was so good, and it bridged the story so well, and it gave such a great backstory and in-depth like character analysis, I guess, to Furiosa and how she became who she is and more of the world that they lived in and everything like that. So that to me was just such a beautiful surprise, and it did it so well. I absolutely loved Anya Taylor-Joy in her role as Furiosa. She really aced it. But also this another star that like I didn't think would be as great was Elila Brown, who played Furiosa as a child. She also did such a brilliant job, and the way that they bridged both of them and made them seamlessly into one character. Well, obviously they are one character, but like the actresses kind of almost fed off each other, which was really great in some way. Like obviously they're not together in the scene, but I don't know, like it was so seamless, and they both did such a brilliant job with the character, and I absolutely love their performances. Chris Hemsworth, I feel like he's trying to shake off the MCU, and he's trying his absolute best to you know, branch out and show his acting muscles, I suppose. Sometimes you do see like that Thor-esque vibe that he had, which is almost like a curse of like when you play a character for so long you almost become the character, and sometimes it like seeps through a bit. But in general I think he's slowly getting back to like whatever acting he did before the MCU. I'm not familiar with a lot of his projects, but I think he is trying his absolute best with the role, and it is a great performance by him. The directing and the cinematography was absolutely stunning, and that 15-minute long scene that they worked on, like continuous 15-minute long scene, was absolutely amazing. And whilst you're watching it, you're so mesmerized with how the technicalities of the practical effects and the practical like, you know, stunts that they do is so amazing. And you sit there and like, wow, they did this in one shot, and they did this continuously for 15 minutes, and everyone knew what to do. And like the way that the lorry moved was so amazing. It was just like everything was just such a joy to watch, in all honesty. It is heavily action filled, so if you're an action head, this is right up your alley. If you're not into action and you're not into cars and you're not into like, you know, desert grit and grime, then this might be a little too much for you and not quite to your taste. So, you know, I suppose if you're going into this movie, you already know what it's about. You're already delved into or at least somewhat familiar with the Mad Max saga and the world that it resides in. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that scene. It was so well made, and it's such a feat of cinema, and I'm so glad that like it was made. And things like this always make me so happy, because in the world of CGI, practical things are just so beautiful to see and appreciate. But yeah, the cinematography and like the way that things were shot were just also stunning. I absolutely loved this, and I didn't think I would. My thing is, like, they spent an hour out of the 2.5 hours on Child Furiosa, and I understand why, because you want to delve deep, like you want to delve and like focus on you know, Furiosa's character a lot and how she started and a lot of the things that shaped her as to who she is. But I was hoping to see Anya Taylor-Joy slightly earlier than when they introduced her as a teenager / young woman. I was hoping that I would get to that arc earlier, but it is amazing, and it is absolutely stunning in a lot of ways. And you'd think that a desert-based movie wouldn't be stunning, and it wouldn't be vibrant, and wouldn't be so mesmerizing, but George Miller does it, and he does it so amazingly. Junkie XL, Tom Holkenborg, does a fantastic job with the score for this film. I didn't think he did the absolute best with Godzilla Kong. I wish he did use the Godzilla theme, but that's neither here nor there, because that isn't the movie that we're talking about. But I am very happy to see that he has done a brilliant job with this film, and I was like, wow, the score and what's happening on the scene just mesh really well. I don't want to give any spoilers, but it was so nice to just see Furiosa having such a rich history and how she became who she is. And I think it's such a beautiful part in the Mad Max saga. As I said, it's a 4.5 out of 5. I don't have a huge critique to it. It isn't 100% perfect. I did think it was a slightly too long, but yeah, I just think that it's such an amazing film, and I had a great time with it, and I didn't expect to either. I mean, I loved Mad Max 2, but all in all, if you do want to have some fun with this and you want to, and you are a Mad Max fan, I think you would enjoy this. It was such a fun film. And yeah, I'm excited to see what George Miller does next. But yeah, if you do go to watch this, let me know how you find it. I hope you do enjoy it, and yeah, till next time, guys. I guess if you have a movie or a film or a story that is based in a desert or with a lot of sand or with a yellow landscape, you have 2 directors now, Denis Villeneuve and George Miller. So I guess these 2 directors have aced it and made deserts somewhat alluring, I guess. Harsh, but alluring.